Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Stephanie, getting ready to tell stories today. March is almost here, and guess what holiday's in March? Does anybody know? That's right. Leprechaun, St. Patrick's Day. We're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day and the leprechauns. Those little devils, they're little devils, you know. This book is called The Night Before St. Patrick's Day. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's Day, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring. Well, except Tim and Maureen. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. A shamrock is like a clover. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we catch a leprechaun, they said. They love shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, you'll find where they buried his big pot of gold. I don't think I knew that. I might have to start putting out some gold pieces. They set all the traps around the room with great care in hopes to a wee Irishman soon would be theirs. Look at all their little traps. The children then nestled all snug in their beds while visions of golden coins danced in their heads. Happy St. Patty's Day, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without warning. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Do-do-do-do. They must have a little Irish in them, do you think? Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. Ooh, I don't know that I've ever eaten green eggs. When from the bedroom then rose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter. And what to their wondering eyes should appear, I don't know. But a terrible mess, a leprechaun was here. Oh my goodness. He went through all the traps. Be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. If you look away, if so much as a blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink. The kids trailed muddy prints back and forth across the floor. Deet, 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 deet. Which led them to Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then, inside a trap, they heard someone giggling. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wiggling. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny, his hand clasped of trinkets so gold and so shiny. He was dressed in all green from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky. No lies. I buried it under rocks, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X right in your backyard. But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it had been a big trick. Look at all the rocks with X's on them. That stinker. Happy St. Patrick Day, everyone. Ha 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 ha. I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Hey, happy St. Patty's Day to you and better luck next year. Drat. He almost had him. That's unbelievable. Well, I've never seen a leprechaun. I've read about him in books, but I've not seen one. Have you seen one? I imagine they're pretty cute, but they are sneaky. So let's read How to Catch a Leprechaun again. You think maybe they have a better idea? I don't know. The night is dark, the streets are quiet. St. Patrick's Day is near. I tap my hammer so you'll know the leprechaun is here. Ooh. I'll pull all your laces out, put glitter in your hair. And when you walk around, you'll see my gold coins everywhere. You'll never catch me in your trap, but yes, I'll make a scene. I'll turn the whole place upside down and your toilet will be green. House number 1, I'm going in. Really? That's your trap? In and out without a doubt. That was a snap. Tried to put him in a mouse trap. That didn't work. And now I think it's getting worse. A shoebox on a stick. I'll dance a jig and still escape. We leprechauns are so quick. Look what kind of trap he made. He's gonna pull the rope. Didn't work. Another house, I fixed your shoes. They really were quite smelly too. I'll eat the nuts you left as bait and leave with a full belly. He put all his shoes in water and bubbles. Now you're talking. Look at this. It's dandelion tea, but I'm too speedy for your trap. The tea is mine for free. Too quick. Too quick. I know you want my pot of gold. The iron cage was clever, but I've been alive for 200 years. You won't catch me, ever. Now you're getting fancy, but I'll escape. With twinkle toes, it's fancy pantsy dancy. He was clever. It seems to me an engineer has helped me with this design. Too bad this little leprechaun is going to be just fine. Even Daddy can't get it right. Your entire house, one big trap from the ceiling to the floor. Nice try indeed, but soon enough, I'll stroll right out the door. The leprechaun be gone 3,000. Give me quite a scare, but without a 4-leaf clover, I won't be caught in there. Nope. But You'll never catch this leprechaun. Impossible, that's a fact. Unless one day a brilliant child designs the perfect trap. You think you could design the perfect trap? I don't know. I think we'd have to put our thinking caps on. Come up with a good one. But who will that child be? Could it be you? Could it be me? Could it be your friend? Could it be somebody else? The leprechaun sits in his chair. Better luck next year. Let me see. I don't know how we'd really have to come up with a good trick. But they're so little and they're so quick, I'm not sure I could think of one. Maybe you should think of one and let me know. Thanks. Our last story today is the story of the leprechaun. I wonder if this leprechaun's going to do any tricks. So, you know what? They're so darn cute, but sneaky. Got a little wild side on them. A little man about 2 feet tall lived under a large tree by a stream. You could easily find him by listening for the tap, 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 tap of his hammer. The little man was a shoemaker, and he spent his days making shoes. They were gold and green and lavender, and some with pointy toes, some with high heels, some for people who lived nearby, and for the fairies who lived in the woods. So he makes big shoes and little shoes, teeny tiny shoes. The people knew he was a leprechaun, for there were many fairies like him who lived outside the villages. Look at all the villages. The little tree village with all the little people and the fairies. The people paid the leprechaun with pieces of gold for the shoes that he had cobbled. The fairies' shoes were made of satin, and they were tiny, and the fairies brought their gold to the leprechaun, too. Look how tiny, big and tiny. The leprechaun needed a place to keep his gold. He was a bit of a miser, so he didn't like to spend his money. An old metal pot became the perfect place for all his wealth. His shoes were so prized that soon his pot of gold was overflowing. Look at all the pretty shoes on the floor. I'd like some with stars on them. One day a man named Tin came to Leprechaun's shop by the tree. He wanted a pair of shoes that would be violet blue with thick heels. As he was describing the shoes to the leprechaun, Tim spied the pot of gold. Tim knew that if he could capture the leprechaun, he would be granted 3 wishes, because leprechauns are magic. Now here's something else we've learned today. I'll come back in a few days to collect my shoes, said Tim. Seize that pot of gold. I'm not sure that's a nice thing to do, though. The leprechaun was no fool. He knew what the man was really after. He buried his pot of gold in a field filled with berry bushes. A few days later, Tim came back, and the leprechaun gave him the violet blue shoes. But when the leprechaun turned to hide his payment, he was snatched from behind. "Whoa," he said. The leprechaun could not escape. Now Tim could get what he wanted. For my first wish, I want you to show me where the pot of gold is hidden. For my second wish, I want 100 pairs of shoes. And my third wish is, I want 3 more wishes. That was a mistake. Leprechaun said, I can grant you the first two wishes, but the third wish is a greedy trick and cannot be granted. The leprechaun brought Tim to the field and pointed to the spot where the gold was buried. Tim had no shovel to dig with, so he marked the spot with a stick and a shoe. He would come back later for it. That's not very smart. When Tim returned, he could not believe his eyes. There were 200 sticks and 200 shoes. It was all over the field. It was leprechaun magic. He's going to be digging for years. And I don't know, maybe the pot's back in the leprechaun's house. Tim dug many holes in the field, but he couldn't find the spot where the pot of gold was buried. After a few hours, he gave up. When he tried to collect the shoes, each one disappeared. The leprechaun had tricked him. So no shoes and no pot of gold. But he was playing a trick on the leprechaun, too. The leprechaun needed to find a better place to hide his gold. He knew that rainbows were magic, and you could never tell where one ended. And if he buried his gold at the end of one, only he would know how to find it. So this is what he did. People still trying to find his gold, but they never will. Listen for the sound of the leprechaun as he taps his cobbled shoes. Perhaps if you find him and you're very nice to him, he will grant you a wish. Now that's the secret to getting a wish, is to be nice to somebody and be kind. He was very kind to people to make their shoes for them. And then the little guy Tim got greedy. Can't get greedy. Do you know what the word greedy means? It means you want everything and more instead of being happy with what you have. Have a wonderful St. Patty's Day. Wear some green, eat some green popcorn. I'm not sure about green eggs. I'm not sure I've ever eaten those. But don't forget to wear green that day or somebody will pinch you and kiss you. Have a good day. Bye.
Hey, Randy, where are you?
I'm coming.
Well, hi there, buddy. How are things going?
Good. I'm so ready for this cold weather to go away. That's why I was late today. I had to bundle up and my mom made some hot potatoes to keep my paws warm for the trip.
Well, you know that daylight savings time is this weekend, so maybe even warmer weather will be right around the corner.
That's right. You know what else is right around the corner?
What?
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, what? Oh, I love St. Patrick's Day.
Why is that?
Because my whole family is coming to town for the big parade.
What parade?
Well, every year we attend the big St. Patrick's Day parade over in Dogtown. It is a blast. We wear our green sweaters, our big hats, and green beads. The best part is the corned beef and cabbage that my mom makes for everyone after the parade. It is delicious.
I've never been to the parade, but my granny always makes corn fritters and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day. It is also very delicious.
Oh, this year you should come with us to the parade.
Really? That would be great. When and where should I meet you?
Let's meet in Forest Park by the zoo. Then we can run into the zoo before the parade and see the new baby chimpanzees.
Oh, that would be a great way to start off our day.
It's a plan. And don't forget to wear your green or you'll get pinched.
What?
Legend has it that if you don't wear green on St. Patrick's by a leprechaun and he will pinch you. They are sneaky little fellows.
Well, I guess we need to tell the boys and girls goodbye so I can go home and get ready for the upcoming St. Patrick's Day parade. I need to find my green sweater. I would hate to be pinched by a leprechaun.
Well, okay, and I will have to find my green sweater too. Okay, goodbye, boys and girls.
Bye.
Don't forget to wear your green on St. Patrick's Day.